Kevin Sidebottom here, speaker, author, and trainer, and I go around and teach sales organizations and leadership teams how to grow trust and influence with their customers to drive higher profits and more revenues. Yes, that's right. I go around and teach people the sales process uncovered and other ways to build trust and influence. Today, let's talk about how we help you build your travel business. How do you make your customers a success so that way they tell other people and you increase your sales? Well, the first thing I always do whenever I interact with any sales function or any customer is, how is your sales process working for you? What is your sales process? A lot of times people actually don't have a sales process, how they funnel everybody through correctly to answer the 5 buying decisions. Well, if you don't do that, guess what's going to happen? Well, your sales are not going to go up. And now that there's so much competition out there with online places where you can actually go click and get a rental car or hotel or flights, simple, we need to up our game, especially in travel. So what can we do? Well, we need to focus on serving the customer. And by doing so and answering those 5 buying decisions, we're actually going to do so and not become a commodity. Because really, if you start looking at all those online places right now, they're all commodities. They're just looking for the cheapest price and going for that for the most part with customers. So we need to make sure our sales process answers the 5 buying decisions, and especially the 3 questions that the customers have when they meet with us. Do I like you? Do I trust you? And how can you help me? Well, what does that look like to you? Well, that means when you show up, you need to be present and pleasant. We need to make sure that the customer feels relaxed and that you're going to help them, because people aren't going to buy from anybody they don't like, know, and trust. And we need to make sure that we're setting up the stage. Well, how do we do that? Well, we put out some content. Maybe it's a blog about different places that you've traveled to and different things to look at and how they can actually have a better experience by doing this tip or that trick, how to get increased value in your flights or get moved up in flights, how you do this or that. What are some of the how-to stuff? We want to make sure we're putting out content ahead of them talking to us. So that way, they already know, like, and trust us before we actually interact with them. Then, when we interact with them, we start building upon that with the know, like, and trust. And we start asking lots of questions. How many times have you gone into like a department store to buy, a washer or dryer or something? And the person gets in there, learns your name, asks you why you're here, and immediately starts trying to sell you a component, right? Well, we don't want to do that for our customers, especially in travel. They want to have a great experience. Well, that starts with us. So we need to make sure that when we're engaging them, we're doing so. If it's on the phone, we need to make sure that we're matching our tonality and our pace of speech with them. If we have an opportunity to investigate them before we meet with them, well, we go online and look some information up. There's tons of social media out there. We can get an idea of their style and what they're looking for prior to the call. If they call us out of the blue, well, then we got to start asking questions. And that's where I teach you how to walk through the house analogy in my sales process training. And you'll start populating your CRM correctly and understand why you need to do this and why it's so important to people. Not just where are you trying to go, what are you trying to do when you're on vacation, because they can do that on TripAdvisor or anything else. They can do that research. But you may even steer them into a direction they were not even thinking about going that has a better value for them and helps them more. And again, you need to make sure that you're adding value and using a good value proposition for the customer. So what is it that they're trying to do? You got to ask the right questions. You need to show up. If you're meeting with them in person, where are you meeting with them at? Is it a high traffic area? Is it very loud? Is anxiety going to be up? Are you wearing the right clothes? Do your scents actually that you wear turn them off? Do you know their personality types? There's a lot that goes into this, and you need to make sure you set your foot right in the right process, or else you're going to fail. So we want to increase our sales. We want to add value to people. We want to make sure we're meeting them where they need us, and we're helping them find the right solution for them. And that's what I do for all of my customers. If I don't believe my solution is going to help them, I'll point them in the right direction where they need to go, because I want to serve them. And if you serve them well and they do business with you, they'll remember it and they'll tell everybody. I mean, when's the last time you went and had a great experience at a restaurant? What did you do? You told everybody about it. Well, that's what we want them to do. They become our salespeople and bring other people to us. It increases our sales. It's kind of like farming. You gotta cultivate the ground, you plant the seeds, you water it, fertilize it, and finally, you actually get to harvest. Well, that's what we need to do, especially in travel. We need to add value to them, give them information, give them tips and tricks here and there, and help them win so they have a great experience. We do so, they'll buy from us. All right? If you have any questions about the sales process, feel free to reach out. My contact information is below. If you like this video and it's helpful, hit like, share, subscribe, send it to somebody you think it's going to benefit. That's why I do these videos, is to help you. We'll see you next time.